Welcome to STL City Showdown. I'm AJ and I'm joined with Andre and Steve today, as always. Okay, guys, we're just going to start off with the question. As the game was going on, were you hoping that we were going to win or lose?
Why would you ask that question? Right? I mean,
hope is dead.
Yeah, hope is a dangerous thing.
That's copium.
Yeah, I think once Minnesota put that first goal in, they put a stat right that our record in when we lose when we let us score in the first 15 minutes is like we're 0-5. So like I was like, all right, well I already kind of know what to expect here. So
I wasn't hoping for a win. I think we've commented that we were not earning points on like prediction boards until we started predicting losses. And God, if I earned a point tonight, I earned 2 points on the loss and on the Yeboah scoring for Minnesota. So like, this is bad times, man. We scored 2 goals and we managed to lose.
I know, that sucks.
Yeah, so it's not that I was hoping to win or lose. I was hoping to not be embarrassed out there, and I think that was proven otherwise.
Well, we were embarrassed.
Yeah.
I was actually on a stream from Jeremy Clements. He had a podcast on today before the game, and I commented on the stream like, "Are we just a bunch of sickos getting excited about a side competition cup on a Wednesday?" And it's like, yeah, but we're sickos in the best kind of way. And I just think at this point we're becoming nihilists. Like, yeah. Are we just like whipping ourselves with a cat o' nine's tail? Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, I know the question was kind of silly. What are we hoping for? Of course, we're hoping for a win, right? We want to try to turn around the season somehow. But in the back of my head, whether it's going to happen or not, right? I know Steve's going to be all over this, but whether it's actually going to happen, we all want Olaf gone. And in the back of my head, I was thinking, okay, if we lose like 3-0 and it's embarrassing, then maybe, just maybe, we might be able to get rid of him. You know, it's kind of like the memes that are all over Facebook right now, or Facebook Reddit, and it's like, let it go, let Olaf go, like, you know, the thing from Frozen. Like, I mean, it's got to take something, right? Obviously, all these losses haven't done it. So I figured that the only thing we could hope for is maybe some really embarrassing losses. So I wasn't trying to be silly with the question, but I was kind of being silly with the question, I guess.
You know,
so
I'm sorry. Do we really want Olaf gone though? Like this has not been a good start, but like he doesn't really have the best players. Clearly, we could not win. We barely won against a third-tier team, and we held on against a B squad team. No, man, this is on Lutz. If I don't know, if I built a car with gerbils and I have them build my car, I can't expect a car to be really good. I can't then look at the car and go, bad boy car. No. I let a bunch of gerbils build a car. You know, this is Lutz not building a good team. Now, is it Lutz? Is it Diego? Is it the ownership team? I don't know. But, like, the reason why I don't think Olaf's getting fired, he has the locker room still. And we actually had pressure tonight. It actually looked like in the first half, here we go, first half, second half team. It actually looked like this team was somewhat together tonight. Like, I don't know. Go ahead and fire the guy. Bring in some guy off the street, and we can just be crap like we were with Hackworth. Everyone's got these rose-colored glasses on that somehow Hackworth saved this team. Hackworth was not a good manager. We got rid of a manager who none of us really dug last year, and now his team is in first place in the East. Are we going to fire another manager, bring in another guy, and then just keep recycling this? No, we got to have something. The Cardinals fired Mike Schilt, and we're still recovering from that.
You know, the thing, though, is I got to imagine that since there's a lot of leagues that are currently in their off season, there's got to be coaches out there. Like, this has to be the prime time, I would think.
What we said last year.
Well, we waited too long, though. We essentially, when did we fire Carnell? When was it?
The end of May. It was May
was the end of
28th, May
May. Okay.
29th. Yeah, it was June 1st. That game June 1st, he was gone.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking it was in June. I don't know. The thing is, and I said this last time too, is okay, yes, we don't have Kessler. Yes, we don't have Leuven. Yes, there are players injured. I'm not even going to count Nilsson because he's never healthy anyways. I get that these players, but like I said before, name me a soccer club in the world that has consistently healthy players. Part of the coach's job is to manage injuries. You're never going to have ideal because I hate how people are saying, oh, well, there's players injured, et cetera, et cetera. But we got to give them a fair shot. We are giving them a fair shot. I don't know. What do you guys think?
All right, so I think how do I say this? I think that he does need to go. I think it doesn't matter with the players that are injured, but the product you put out there, you see a team that it's not put well together. Right before the end of the first half, Berkey was just kind of agitated, passed the ball. I think it was to Toichert in the middle of the field, and it was a really hard pass that Toichert. It just went to Toichert's leg and went to the other team, went back to Minnesota, and they started attacking again. It's like, okay, brother, like our emotions running wild. You're saying the team he hasn't lost a team that Olaf hasn't got it, has lost it, but it's. I mean, does he have it there? Is he getting to them? Is he teaching them? Like, I think after the game, he said a statement about that you can. He sees. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Matt Baker put it up there, and he says Melberg said, taking into consideration their negative run and unfortunate defeats, he doesn't think you see a team that looks beaten when they play. I don't know. Maybe it looks like I'm looking at a team that thinks they already won the game, and then they end up giving those 2 goals in the last third of the game. All right. It seems that we're very undisciplined out there. Injuries or not, it seems like the players are not even playing fundamental football or soccer. Sorry, I let the Latino.
You can call it football here, friend. It's okay. We get it.
So,
or
Steve,
if you want to get fancy, go football.
Yeah.
Football. So, Steve, you did bring up a good point, though. I remember explicitly on the show we were talking about should we retain Hackworth because he was kind of the interim, but they wouldn't say if he was going to stick around or not. And we did make the argument about not sticking with him and we should look elsewhere. Now, the question is if we do, like, think about this, right? We fired Carnell. Hackworth was our intern. We gave him maybe a chance of being the head coach. And then we said, nah, just kidding. You can have your old job back. The question is would we do that again to him? So, like, let's say we did fire Olaf. Would we be like, Hackworth, just kidding. Do you want another shot at this? And then for a second time being like, hey, just kidding. The job's not yours. You can go back to your old job. Would we do that?
No.
Yeah, you can't keep doing the Dwight,
And I am certain, I don't think he wants anything to do with it. I think he was interested in taking over the position. Sorry, the Knicks just lost in the absolute worst way. And my son is a Knicks fan. And he's like just beside himself. If you haven't watched it, go and watch it. They lost on a buzzer beater, and the Indiana player shot the ball, a three-pointer, time expiring. It bounced off the rim, went up straight down and into the basket to win. Oh. Yeah, it's horrible. But anyway, I think Hackworth was interested in taking over this team last year because a lot of the players were built in when the team started, and he probably had a say in it, and he knew those players. And now there's a bunch of new players he probably didn't have much say in bringing in because they were brought in for a new head coach. And now what? He's supposed to take this over again? So no. You got to give this guy an entire first season so we can look and go, there is his body of evidence. New York City FC fans went an entire season screaming for their head coach to be fired. And he never was fired, and they wound up making the playoffs. And he was fired at the end of that season. But, like, we're not anything special. Like, St. Louis fans we're not special just because we are upset. Also, let's keep in mind, our supporters groups are not following suit yet. Once those supporters groups start doing something, showing signs, walking out, writing letters, then we can start to see some momentum growing. But, like, until we start to see that, why would the team do anything? Why would the team even think about firing this guy?
Can I tell you guys about our current playoff situation? We had posted on Reddit about this. I know, like playoffs are not realistic, but I just want to kind of tell you guys how unrealistic. There's basically multiple possibilities. We have 20 games left, and if we assume that we need 44 points to make the playoffs, we're currently at 11, which means we need 33. That basically means that out of the scenarios, we absolutely have to win 7 out of 20 games. 6 games would only give us a max of 32 points if we draw the rest and lose none of them. So we have to win 7 out of the next 20. And that's assuming only 1 loss and 12 draws. To give you guys another idea, the realistic possibility is if we have 9 wins, 6 draws, and 5 losses. That seems pretty impossible. So the sad part about today, yeah.
I think that's easily achievable if you stop the game at the 70th.
Well, we should do that. We should try that. Instead of stoppage time, there's like stop time.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Literally stop time.
No more extra time, just like, I don't know, minus time. Yeah, I don't know. Not great. You know, the playoff, like the playoff line is at 18 points and we're at 11. So we got to have 7 points and there's teams above us still. So like, listen, we just got to look at not looking horrible. I said at this point, that's all we got to do. Yeah. You know what?
What do you guys want to do?
Yeah. So like, Berkey was interviewed after the game tonight, and there's some reports coming out from Matt Baker and some other casts that were doing the interviewing, and it's like they keep saying luck. They keep saying that there's something that's not going our way, and it just seems weird that we're not winning. You know what it was? You know what's causing this bad run of games? You know what it is? I think we all know what it is.
Oh, geez, not the collar stuff again.
The witty bitty collar with the witty bitty button. This goddamn thing.
He's obsessed with these guys.
This right here. This thing right here is why this team is bad. We were just fine before we put this stupid thing on. Now we got a collar. Now the team's feeling collared. That's what it is. 2 years is going to be fixed when we get rid of this stupid ass thing.
Maybe. So if you guys are, if this is the first time you guys are listening to us, essentially, I swear, every single episode the collars come up. Steve is obsessed. He loves these collars. He absolutely loves it. He dreams about them. He wears them to work every day. Yeah, I know, right?
You know why I wear them to work every day? Because I'm a professional. I gotta wear a nice button-up shirt with a collar on it. Not a soccer player. Soccer players ain't gotta wear this. This is ridiculous. It's awful. I want to see a baseball player wearing You better imagine a baseball player wearing a shirt with a collar on it. You call him ridiculous and get him out of here. This is ridiculous. Look at this. Look at this. I look stupid. And I'm just some mook in a basement recording a podcast. I couldn't imagine being a professional out there feeling this on my neck. No wonder they can't score. No wonder Claus don't know anything.
Is there any chance that we didn't play hard this game because it's just the Open Cup?
I would say no. I would say, like AJ was calling it, like the team seems to have been keyed up for this game. I think they wanted to win this. I really do. I think they really wanted
Absolutely.
It.
So it is a collars then. It's a collars with the extra mass on there slowing down the players in. Is that what I'm hearing then? It has to be that.
They get all sweaty, it gets all stuck, it's giving them a rash. You don't want that, man.
It's less aerodynamic. So yeah, no, you're right. I think
you know
all
what?
That.
Hey, there's two teams this year that have the collar. They're both in the West. You know how they're both doing? You know what? LAFC was top of the world last year. Now they got this thing. They no more, man. They no more.
By the way, did you guys see, like, first of all, Klaus scoring, I swear, like, that doesn't ever happen. I don't know if it was just luck. I mean, I'll give it to him. He was in the right position. He was unmarked. He did score. Did you guys see Klaus giving Olaf a hug, almost kind of like some guy on Reddit, ZEKYBRJIK, however you say that. Like, what is that name anyways? They said, giving Klaus a thanks for maybe saving my job hug.
Okay, yeah, sure, buddy. I mean, Klaus ain't going to be here. I'd be shocked if he is.
Right, yeah. Both these guys are gone at the end of the season. By the way, they will wait till the end of the season.
Wait, since we kind of led into goal or no goal, we've quoted this person quite a bit, actually. Fort Collins, dude. Like, this guy needs one to listen to our podcast because we apparently obsess over his comments. But Steve in particular is going to love this comment. You ready for this, Steve? And it's not about the collar. No, it's not about the collar. Nice try, buddy. So he said, if anybody wonders what Durkin means to City, rewatch this game. What happened when he came out?
He came out with a
Got
yellow in
that
his pocket.
yellow. That's right. He said, "Ref, don't worry, I brought my own. Here you go."
My guy is out here pulling the Uno reverse card on the refs, man.
So 2 goals get scored when he comes out. I think it's 2 goals. I mean, everything changed.
Yep, it was our bulldog, man. Woof woof.
Yeah, some people are saying that Seven Klaus out is the reason we gave it the 2 goals, but I think it's more.
Now, what cost us those 2 goals is Toiker not sinking that awful shot. Berkey fed him the ball. It was wide open, and Toiker decided to just boof it to the right. If he sinks that, we go up 3-1. It kills their momentum.
The second striker, you gotta sink that. Come on.
It was our first big move last season. It was Royce versus Toiker, and I was excited because we weren't overpaying for Royce, and we got this guy. He's supposed to be really good, and it's just okay. That first goal was started by him. That attack was started by him. Okay, that was great. But like that was incredible. And the Paramount announcers were like, gotta sink that. Gotta sink that. Bad things happen to teams that don't take advantage of that. And what happens? Crybaby Mechanic gets a brace against us. He was throwing hissy fits all game, and then he gets a brace against us. He's gonna wear that for the rest of this season.
First professional brace against us. By the way, I saw in the comments, LOL said, I miss when I would see Carnell at Nathan Reed's. Have you guys ever had Nathan Reed's?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a bakery. Oh man, if you guys get a chance, it's a great bakery. Now I can't have unfortunately dairy and gluten, but the rest of the family absolutely love it. They do have some items that I can have, and it's just absolutely amazing. On a side note, I think it's in that Kirkwoodish area or whatever it is. There's another place called Brits. So if there's any gluten or dairy free people, especially gluten free, absolutely amazing bakery. Just thought I'd kind of mention that. There's one for you guys here. So Sam says on Reddit, I hope to never see Teutsch or Ostrak play for us again.
What? No goal. Okay, I get hot takes, but Jesus Christ. Really? And Ostrak? All of a sudden this guy is against Ostrak? Okay, I get losing sucks, but you can keep our heads about us. This guy is, I don't know, is he putting his underwear on his head and running outside his yard, like banging pots and pans because we lost? Like, get out of here.
Ostrak has actually been a highlight. Yeah. What do you think, Andre?
No, that's a no-go, dude. I mean, Teutsch is one of our leading scorers, man. Come on, it's not saying much. Again, the bar is kind of very low, right? But, he is one of our better players, man. I don't know. That's enough for me, dog.
All right.
Speaking of scores, in 3 games, we get to do our midseason prediction review. I cannot wait. Andre, who said that Klaus was going to be our top scorer, I can't wait. What's he at now?
Does this count or no? Or is it only MLS games?
No. It's just MLS.
Oh, then, yeah, I'm boned.
Well, yeah. I thought that this team would have 60 points or something right now.
Oh my gosh, we did say high 50s. Oh my gosh. Oh,
I think I kept it reasonable at the low fees, but even then, that seems like a stretch. So I'm reading. This is not even part of no goal or no goal, but I'm just reading Matt Baker, and he brought up the stat that City has allowed 13 goals after the 6th minute in their last 7 games. So. That's terrible, right? Surprisingly, though, City has allowed 11 goals in those last 7 games after Betcher was subbed into the field.
I can't imagine that. I mean, Betcher is a striker. How much defense is he really providing?
How much offense is he providing then?
Earlier in the year, Betcher was our guy.
Providing?
Right.
Earlier this year, Betcher was a guy. I think it's important to have a little perspective. Something happened after Game 5. It seems like the first 5 games, this was a different team. I think we should probably look back at what the roster was and what was happening because we were above the Mendoza line for our record at that point. And like Betcher was, I remember when I was always putting Betcher as the guy that would score because Betcher was doing it. And now everyone is not scoring. All right, real quick. So I got one from Discord. I'm not gonna say this guy's name because he's a fan of the team in Kansas. He made a comment that the Cauldron wrote a letter to their front office, that is their main supporters group, demanding Vermes get fired. And a couple of days later, he was fired. And he said, I wonder why the Luligans are not doing that yet. Goal or no goal, the supporters group should be using their power and writing public letters to the team with their distaste.
I think in this scenario, I would say goal. But sometimes, if people get too emotional, they can abuse that kind of power or that kind of sway. But I think right now we're all saying the same thing.
Yeah, I would probably say goal. And you're right. Like it's easy because there's teams and fans that after 3 losses they just flip out, and we don't want to be that team. That fan base that just reacts to everything. Like it should be reserved.
What is an appropriate time to flip out then? Because we already have 10 games without a win?
10 regular games. So this would be in 13 matches in this season. The last 13, we've had 1 win. Last 13 games we played, we've had 1 win. And that was against a 3rd-tier team. That was against a bunch of college kids. Like, let's be honest. And we only scored 2 goals, and those came late in the game. So all my thing was, should they at least be putting the team on blast that this is unacceptable? Not firing anyone, but just saying this is unacceptable. This has to change soon. Let the team know that now they're on point. They're on alert. They're on double secret probation.
Yeah, in that case, goal. Because I think the ownership should listen to the fan base. Right. We should have some kind of sway. We're not the ones pulling the guillotine down, but at least we should be able to have an input and let them know how we feel.
Right. I am not going to, on one side of my mouth, say that Olaf should not be fired, but on the other side of my mouth, say that the supporters group should call for him to be fired. I'm saying they should use the influence that they have by saying this is unacceptable, something has to change. The team can decide what the hell the change is, but the supporters groups need to start saying we're not going to keep coming out and doing this. We're not going to bring out all of our stuff out. We're not going to lead chants for 3 hours. We're not going to spend dozens of dollars on beer and stuff at the stadium if you are not going to do a thing about this other than weak pickups during the summer. I get Bundesliga 2, Bundesliga, that's fun, woo, but where are some name brand people that we can have?
Actually, can I just go on a quick tangent or just kind of...
Of course.
I want to give a shout out to the supporter section, man. Honestly, because they find the energy to keep... Well, they have the energy to keep the energy going in the games when I'm kind of tuning out of it. When I'm like, all right, guys, we're not doing shit here. Sorry for the cussing. But... This guy
with the blue language.
Mad love to them. Mad love to the supporters, man, because they are kind of keeping the vibes going when it seems like the team doesn't want to.
And this is why they are so important to the team. When they're gone, that whole section of the stadium is stone quiet. And that is a statement. If they decide they're going to walk out, the stadium is empty, and that comes over on the broadcast, and it would make a huge change. So where are they?
So where are they? The question I have, so the first to answer Andre's question said, when is it time? I agree. 10 losses or whatever it is something, but the difference is by the eye test, we can see nothing's changing. The team's not improving or getting close at all. They just suck. And they haven't made any improvement at all. So I think that's different than if the team is improving. So that's part of it. The other thing I wonder, and I don't know the inner workings of the supporter groups. I wish I could talk to leadership and see each one of these, but are they afraid of being retracted? Because if you think about it, what is the drumline called? Florida Noise? Yeah. For instance, they get the opportunity to play there, and it's not other supporter groups doing it. So the club allows that. If they go and walk off, are they worried that they're going to get replaced by some other supporters group and then get kicked out permanently. You see what I'm saying? Is it a way to try to exclude that group somehow? Like, are they just worried about losing graces with the club?
I mean, I think if you're a smaller group, sure, but if you're the Luligans, if you're Floater Noise, if you're the Santos, if you are these other cats that got back there, you don't have that risk. You don't have that risk because they've been around since 2010. That risk is they are cooked into this team. There's no St. Louis City Punks. There's no risk to those guys being ostracized. You know, some of these other guys, some of the people that we interviewed, sure, maybe, but no. These guys that are on promotional videos for the team, they're not being relegated. By the way, someone on Reddit said if there was relegation, maybe the front office would be more motivated to actually do something. Wouldn't that be something if there was relegation and say like you had to go down to the MLS Next Pro for a season and play those cats? Like that would make a difference.
Absolutely. Never going to happen, but that's a whole different discussion, but nah.
Well, it's not, I don't think the soccer world is big enough in the United States for that yet. So that's a whole other deal. Well, I think we've upset enough people tonight.
Dude, after this game and the heartbreak of, scoring 2 goals and still losing, I don't think we could do anything to break the hearts even further.
I don't think so, man. It's just, it would be good to have a win. We gotta go to Colorado and play in that altitude against a team that's in 7th place right now. My God.
So I'm gonna make a prediction here. I think if we go and we lose in Colorado, I think this is gonna be our marker here because everybody wants Olaf fired. If we go to Colorado and we lose, if they don't fire Olaf in the days after that, he is absolutely not getting fired. I agree with everything that Steve said, that he probably isn't going to get fired this year, but there is nothing else for the rest of the season that's going to tell you anything different. Like, this is going to be almost the halfway point. I wouldn't fire a head coach right before a Saturday game after a Wednesday game. I really think that it's going to be after this game or not at all. Let's see if I'm right.
Okay. Yeah. We can make that part of our mid-season prediction.
Boy, wouldn't
and maybe
that been
even
something else?
Season wrap-up. I know, right?
Else? Is the coach going to get fired halfway through the season? We're like, no way.
Yeah, Berkey said something that I was going to ask you guys. I'm trying to find the actual quote. There it is. Berkey to the fans said, "There's a lot going on that they don't see. All the players really care, but we haven't got into rhythm this season. If we keep working and believing, the luck's going to turn around. It's going to happen if we work and stay together and support each other." Question for you guys. Goal or no goal, are we going to get that rhythm sometime this season?
I have to believe we will. I do. Only because It's a long season, 34 games. Something is up. Maybe they put the collars away, and maybe that's what help. I think that's it. I think someone has to go. So one of the trainers has to go and cut all the collars off the jersey. Be like, I don't know what happened, boss. And then all of a sudden, this team is flying, boys.
Okay, guys. There's been so many losses that officially Steve has gone insane.
This collar has just been choking me. I keep wearing it, and every time I look around, it's like it's getting tighter.
Maybe it's a representation. Maybe it was foreshadowing, right? The team chokes so much, just like the collars choke.
Well, it is chafing me, man.
Wouldn't it be something if like Betcher or Pompeo scored a goal and it just like started ripping the collars off after that?
Okay, that would actually be kind of cool if they could do that. Actually, when I say could do it, I don't mean ripping the collar off. I meant score a goal.
Oh,
yeah, that'd be wild, man. That would make my day. That'd change the whole world around.
Yeah, right. I feel like we're just kind of wallowing here. For anyone listening, I want to thank you guys for commiserating with this.
Right.
Misery likes company, so we appreciate everyone out there.
And by the way, I gotta say, I was talking on Reddit to somebody, and I asked them, "Hey, what did you guys think about the show?" And one thing that they said is they liked the addition of Andre. So what that tells me is that just like Steve, there's another insane person out there.
Yeah, that's Let's bitch about a soccer team in St. Louis, Missouri on a Wednesday night. What in the hell was wrong with us?
Yeah,
All
man.
We do
Tomorrow
this
springs hope
willingly.
eternal.
Well, it springs. I wouldn't say hope. I don't know. Okay, real quick. What's the final score on Saturday? Let's see how well this hope is going right now. What's the final score on Saturday?
2-1.
One's
2-1 might lose.
I am not convinced that we're going to score. I don't want to
Really?
put a 0, but you know what? 0-3. We lose 0-3. That's my prediction
okay.
right now.
Okay, you know what? Fine. Then I'll change it. It'll be 2-1, and that's because we get an own goal.
I was about to say something fluky, kind of like how Toiker had his like goal that wasn't it Toiker that like it hit his feet and then kind of lobbed into the goal a
Yep.
couple games ago. I think it's going to be something like that, or like the defender falls down, something.
Yeah, I'm going with own goal. I think that's how we get it on the board.
Okay.
Up there where the air's too thin to breathe, and they accidentally score a goal on themselves. Yeah, I kind of see that, but this team is looking to beat us.
Steve, you want to take us out, or do you have something?
I think we've already been taken out, but let's go ahead and take it out for good. All right, boys, let's get ready. Here we go. This is the best part of my night. We're gotta go deep. You go, what the fuck are you doing? No, boo. You never
Yeah.
mind.
Colon
Just-
wrap.
With the colon wrap. That's what he's doing. He's doing the colon wrap.
Old snake.
By the way, if you guys are wondering what we're talking about right now, it's something that we had to cut because these guys were completely anatomically incorrect about their colons.
Yeah, so, just so everyone knows now, AJ wants to see what our colons look like. So, all right, get on
Not
your
what I
streets
said.
and go, all for city, baby.
All for city, baby.
No colon play, though.